welcome to another iNove Studios developer live stream of Infinity Battlescape. We've got a recent patch that was published earlier in the week, and we're hosting a community event today. So if you're just tuning into the stream now while it's live, and you have a copy of the game, feel free to join us. I've got Flavien here as usual to discuss the patch notes.
Hey everybody.
With us. Yeah, and I'm hoping that there's no technical challenges today on today's stream. I think all the bugs have been smoothed out, but I guess we'll see how that goes. Let me know in the chat if there's any problems with the audio, how levels are doing, if there's any technical issues on your end. I did have some upload and buffer issues earlier, but they seem to have smoothed out, so we'll see how that goes. Just going to power up here, get my TrackIR turned on once I get my patch notes up on the other screen, and kind of wanted to start off just by saying it's been a little bit since the last event and patch, and what we've been doing in that time. Flavien's been updating and building new builds for the PTR server, which is kind of our private, or I guess it's a public test realm server for testing kind of some more extreme features in game to try a few things before we lock things in for our 1.0 push. If you want to mention anything about that, I guess now would be the time there, Flavien.
Yep, so hello everyone. So in the past 2-3 months, we have set up a PTR beta branch test server. Right now it is shut down because we have finished our test. But basically, we have been running some experiments related to the flight model, because we received over the past years a lot of feedback about the tuning a little bit the flight model for the small ships, especially the interceptor and maybe the bomber, to make them feel more nimble, so that they move a bit faster and have more acceleration. So we have been iterating on all of that on the PTR server. Right now, the main change is that we pretty much doubled all the linear accelerations on the interceptor. And also, we made the movement asymmetrical, the thrust asymmetrical, hoping that it will add a bit of depth to the game. So previously, you had the same amount of thrust, vertically, whether it's moving up or moving down, or left, right, or forward, or even retro thrusters at the same amount of thrust than the main propulsion. So now we modified all of that. So we introduced asymmetrical thrust. We've been testing that for a couple of months, and we think it's an improvement over the old parameters of the flight model. So we're still looking for feedback if players enjoy the new parameters for the flight model. So do not hesitate to let us know, in the comments, on the forums, on everywhere. And we also tuned a little bit the turbo boost, because now that the ships are more nimble, they move faster, and so the turbo boost was increasing even more the acceleration, and we felt it was a bit too much. So what we did is to compensate for the base default acceleration. We nerfed a little bit the turbo boost. We got rid of the jolt effect. So the jolt effect is when you press the you hold the left shift key to start turbo boosting, and like for a couple of hundreds of milliseconds, half a second maybe, you had a very insane amount of turbo boost, and then it was decaying slowly over time. So the turbo boost was not a constant over time. It was like you had an initial amount of jolt boost, and then it was decaying after a couple of seconds. And we got rid of that mechanism. Now it's a constant amount of boost, no matter how long you boost. And we settled on about plus 50% of acceleration when you are turbo boosting, which is still a big nerf, because originally we had, I think, plus 200%. Or something of acceleration when you are boosting. It was really an insane number. So now we feel like it's a bit more balanced, between the base acceleration without turbo boosting and the acceleration you get when you are turbo boosting. It's a bit more. The gap is smaller. And it also means that energy is a bit less important because now you have more default acceleration. So you don't have to rely on turbo boosting all the time when you want to change the course of your ship.
Yeah, and it overall so far in combat, I've found that it makes movements a little bit easier to compensate against. So you tend to fly solid in one direction, boosting and thrusting, quickly turn, pivot, and then again thrust towards that target again. With the asymmetric thrust, now you have you can counter that movement by flipping and burning the ship or your main engines, and then the and then the boost change means that you don't have those networking position changes that are as extreme. So it's kind of also improved some of the positioning when in combat, high-speed, close-range combat situations. So yeah, so I guess the next thing to talk about, if you're good talking about that. Oh, just something to note too. The thrust indicators now are shown on the HUD. So there's that green plus 50%. That's when I'm hitting boost. And then there's also my engine overcharge. So it gives an indication there. And Flavien, I guess if you want to shoot me, damage my ship, we can talk about the. So one of the things that we had on PTR, we tested.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm just flying over to you here. One of the things we had on PTR, we were testing kind of a what did you call it? The
damage model.
Yeah, well, the damage model change is something now when the ship gets critically damaged or damaged to a certain point, the thrust efficiency drops. So you'll see that in a second here. Flavien will get me down to that point, and now I'm at minus 25% thrust. So my engines are not operating efficiently. So this is the alternative to the space friction that we tested on PTR. Didn't really like the feeling of having everything go underwater. It was a bit controversial. Some people really enjoyed it, others not so much. We felt that, in part due to the game's identity, we don't really want to enforce speed limits. We still want to have the ability to allow players to move at a high rate of speed, and then so to retain that character. But then also we need a way to make it easier to chase down people who are attempting to flee from engagements. So by reducing engine efficiency at low, right now I'm at 25%. I think at 15 it should drop again. There we go, and I'm at 50%. So my mobility has been hurt. I've got ship systems that are also offline at the moment. So my flight assist just went offline. So it'll be more difficult for me to run away, but not impossible. If I'm a good enough pilot, I might be able to get away from the engagement. So it's not a completely punishing, it's not overtly punishing, but it does still introduce that kind of preventative flee mechanic. So you can't just constantly run from engagements.
Yeah, we had two possibilities for the implementation. So the first one is the one we currently have in game, which is like a loss of mobility once you reach a certain percentage of your hull. So the other one, which we haven't ruled out, so we could still implement it later, would be a damage model, which is really based on the physical hits where the thrusters are located on your ship. So that one maybe we will do in the future. We kind of choose the more simple one, the one which is simply based on your health pool, because we wanted the behavior to be reliable and not based on random lucky hits, based on a bit like hard points are happening. And like if you are losing a gun, for example, due to a lucky hit from your opponent, that's one thing. But if you have a loss of propulsion, where it feels like it's a bit random, or a lucky hit from your opponent, feel like it could be a bit frustrating. So we are not completely sure about should we keep the current system where it's based simply on the HP pool and it affects everybody the same way all the time, or should it really be more skill-based where you have to physically destroy the thrusters on the target ship?
Yeah. Okay, so that's talking about that mechanic there for the thrust. It's also visible on the HUD now. I think I mentioned that at the beginning. I'm just going to repair here real quick. Turn off TrackIR so it doesn't go crazy when I look at the other screen. Let's go here. Asymmetrical thrust on interceptor, bomber. I believe the Corvette as well received the asymmetric thrust treatment.
Yes.
So all three ships. Yeah, the Corvette got some buffs for heat dissipation. Or sorry, not heat dissipation. I think the max heat accumulation. I think the dissipation rate is still the same.
it was a bit to make the Phalanx CIWS a bit more viable.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, it was a kind of dual balance tweak. So on one hand, there was a slight buff to the amount of heat capacity on the Corvette. And on the other hand, there was, I think, a reduction about the amount of heat generated by the Phalanx.
Yeah, I did some testing on my own time with the Corvette, and it seems like it's a little bit more formidable. You can balance your heat and energy consumption more effectively now, and the mobility improvements have also made it a little bit easier to use as an offensive ship class. We can get into that in the gameplay portion of today's stream. There were a couple controversial things that we discussed over the course of PTR testing, including the flight formation modes on enemy targets. There were some that were very adamant that we wanted to keep that as a feature, and it just kind of came down to what kind of gameplay do we want to have in the game in Battlescape. And in a competitive environment, being able to lock onto an enemy target and let the ship fly for you felt like an unfair advantage in a sense. There are a lot of different opinions on the topic, but we kind of decided that we want to make it a little bit more of a competitive environment where you also not only have to fly but also aim when engaged in combat. We still have the formation flight on allied targets. So if I go over here and I target Flavien, I can, if I can even target him, he's way over there. There we go. I'll just target him in the tactical screen. Now I can use formation chase mode, or I can use my other chase modes and formation modes for autopilot. So it's really great for rallying in on an allied Corvette, but yeah, it can no longer be used against enemies. So you have to still manually fly and aim. Again, big contentious topic on PTR. We had some interesting debates and discussions on the Discord server. We like to kind of get lots of real-time feedback from the player base as well on those. So I know some people aren't going to like it. Some people are going to. So it's kind of a mix of worlds there. And then hang on a second. Let me turn off the TrackIR so I can flip and actually look at the other screen. You are leader, Flavien. I'm just gonna please don't fly too close to the mountains.
Okay.
That was a big one. We also removed the speed cap by default. So there was a soft cap that you could turn on and off in game. New players early on in development would fly into things, not understanding that momentum was retained, and then litho braking became a common learning experience on. Yeah, so we've kind of removed that now that there are other checks in place to stop people from going overshooting or going too fast. So we'll probably see an introduction or a reintroduction of the problem where people fly into surfaces or objects by not countering that momentum. But again, the alternative is that if you're trying to flee, you can't get away because you have a speed cap that someone else doesn't have. Let's see here. So the propulsion damage model, we talked about that. We removed the ability to share credits, and I believe also ship points between players, right? Am I right on that?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
So the ship points thing per match, but the credits for individual pilot progression and upgrades and unlocks are one of those things that we kind of felt maybe it'd be best if it's individual progression rewarded for your own individual progression instead of having other people share credits. Let's see here. And I could actually spawn a Spinal Cruiser if we want to talk about the major or the main changes to that, because there have been some improvements on the netcode side as well as on how the weapon fires. So I'm gonna drop off here, eject and redeploy. Yes.
Okay.
And maybe we can spawn over at the space station. I'm going to spawn a orbital bombardment cruiser. Let's grab my OBP cruiser loadout. I've got phalanx turrets on this one. And we'll just jump over to, let's see, what's the current mission? Eupraxia Station, Cinder. Oh, it's an attack battle. Oh, I'll just go on the defense then. I'm just going to spawn over at Glimmerfall if you want to spawn there with me. I'll spawn the cruiser. And there we go. So I fly. There was a question in the YouTube chat about HOTAS and gamepads. I'll just do that. Show that really quickly so that I can answer that question. So in our controls options, we've got a bunch of setups here. Oh, I should change this to gamepad HOTAS. You can set up to 4 unique devices in the keybind menu. We've got a lot of different options here for toggling and setting up your own keybinds. The game is very controller friendly. We may not have a preset for your particular loadout or controller setup, but there's a lot of flexibility there for setup. In my opinion, the game can be played pretty effectively whether you're using mouse and keyboard or if you're using a unique controller setup. I prefer to use keyboard and mouse when I fly capital ships. That's kind of just how I've adapted to the different control schemes over time, changing headings manually and such like that. So, so to show off the new Spinal Cannon, got some UI updates as well as some netcode updates to make the aiming process a little bit smoother. Before we were getting some jerky motion while firing, and that I guess Flavien could discuss the technical side of that a little bit better than I can. I can get ready to fire on an asteroid here. I'll just position myself. So, first thing is the introduction of zoom in the third-person view. So there's that. And I've also got my TrackIR turned on so I can get some different points of view on that. And the reason for the zoom is that when I fire, there's an auto zoom towards the center of the view, along with an indicator on the HUD that shows the charging level. If I look away, the zoom goes out, but if I look back towards the center of the ship, I get a nice zoomed in view to help with that aiming. There's also a change to the way that the charge and fire works. You get so upon the decision to fire, so firing, clicking that button, you get a firing sequence start with a preliminary aiming period where you have full mobility that then nerfs down to 90% mobility. And the weapon is now exclusive when you select fire. So you won't overheat or ideally run out of energy, but you still want to check to make sure that your energy is meeting the requirement. There we go. So energy is above 75. I don't have an overheat condition state. And I can fire again. There we go. Okay. Let's see, are there any other major points you want to discuss for this dev portion of the stream here? Spinal Cruiser. Oh yeah, damage was increased on the Spinal Cruiser, improved the networking.
Yeah, we increased it a little bit because the charge sequence is a bit longer now. So it was reducing the DPS overall.
Yeah.
But I think our final vision of the Spinal Cannon is like it should do a lot more damage. I feel like right now it's not worth it. It's not the ultimate weapon of destruction we want it to have in game. Like in terms of DPS, it's similar to Bomber's Torpedo, and it doesn't feel right to me. But the problem we run into is that if you increase the DPS or the damage per shot of the Spinal Cruiser, then it can pretty much instantly destroy capital ships or even, the carrier. So the carrier is a big problem because it's our biggest ship and also the slowest ship.
Yeah.
And so in the middle of a battle, it currently doesn't have the mobility to dodge the Spinal Cruiser cannon.
Yeah, it becomes a big slow-moving target for the Spinal Cannon.
Yep, especially if it has a bubble shield, which is even bigger.
Yeah.
So, like, what we plan to do with that is to implement an upgrade, especially for the carrier, but also for all other capital ships, where it's a kind of a boost jump ability, where you press a key and suddenly your ship will boost forward for, I don't know, 10 seconds or something. And then the ability will go on cooldown for 30 seconds. And so this means that the carrier now will have a tool to dodge incoming fire from the Spinal Cannon. And
Yeah.
then once we have this tool in game, we can really think about, I don't know, doubling at least the Spinal Cannon damage. And then I think it will be worth it.
Yeah, it provides a viable counter for the ship to defend itself. So
Yep.
yeah, I think that'll be good to test when we get to that point. Oh, shoot. Reset my TrackIR and then lock it out. There's also an option now under in controls to disengage TrackIR for CapShip view, the third-person view, which for some might be useful. Depends on how many people are using the eye tracking software or eye tracking setup. I definitely recommend it for cockpit gameplay though. Let's see. Another major change was the HUD and icon scaling. We'll probably get a nice preview of this as I approach Eupraxia Station. I'm in 1440p streaming today, so I should have the resolution needed to be able to communicate this on stream. Just let me know if it's a little harder to see.
So the problem
yeah.
we had previously is that, and it's really ironic, because we got a couple of negative reviews on Steam about people who were joining the game, and they felt like there was no massive battles in game. And really,
Yeah.
the massive battles were here. Like, we do have 200 versus 200 ships, like irregularly, almost every battle. But because the HUD was trying to be too smart and to hide the targets that are too far away. And, you know, we were by default, I think, displaying the closest 20 targets or something.
Yeah.
New players sometimes didn't feel like there were that many ships in game. And that was a big problem. So what we did in this patch, we reviewed a little bit the HUD rendering code, especially for the little, the little triangles, rectangles, and the squares in the distance. So these are the ship indicators. And previously, they were not visible because the opacity was too low. So we did some tweaks to that to make the icons more visible in the distance. It was a small tweak. But because of that, now I feel like we can increase the amount of default target visible in game. And that should allow new players to see that there is really a lot of ships, especially when a battle is starting.
Yeah.
You know, you see all these dots that are coming into the opposite direction and meeting in the battlefield. Sometimes it's very impressive.
Yeah, I've got my max navigation target set kind of around center, kind of the inverse of what we had previously assumed would be preferable. And I have my max combat target set up all the way, mainly so that I know where I am in the cloud of engagement, the engagement space relative to everyone else. So I can actually see all the targets. Found that to be much more useful than limiting that information. But yeah, so now when you're looking in the viewport in game, I can select a small interceptor, but I know it's there because there's little red dots at that extreme distance, and it's opened it up so I can keep those max targets all visible, and it doesn't clutter my view. So it's still functional, useful. Oh, I got a coffee table inbound. And bombers are starting to target me as well, which is great. That's good. So we still have some display issues, say with clutter for naming. So there's a lot of human players on the server right now. It's a great time to check out some PvP gameplay experience at the moment. But the names all display at all times, which can make things a little bit cluttered when you get a lot of people on the server, which is what's happening right there. So we still have some HUD improvements we're working on. We'll have some updates probably over the next few weeks to kind of show those off. I know future patches will definitely have some improvements to some of the radial menus and continued discussion there. What else here? Because of the mobility changes, some of the weapons might not be as accurate for turreted weapons especially. So Flavien mentioned earlier in the stream, if you have any feedback on weapons, let us know on the Discord, on the forums. We'll get your feedback and we'll have a look at it. Some weapons will probably need to have slight improvements in their accuracy or damage output. We'll see. We'll kind of need to balance that. And Flavien also increased the AI aiming precision on small ships to kind of counter that mobility. Apparently they're a little bit more challenging. according to Commander Smartass. He was saying that you don't need. I think it was after 3 or 4 of them start targeting him. He's like, he starts to worry about them, but he's a top pilot, so he starts worrying though. He has to worry about them a little sooner with fewer ships apparently after the last update. And then what was it here? AI capital ships are allowed to fly within the the base defense range. So the other major change to the ground-based assault was the orbital or the defensive cannons on the surface. The orbital cannons, their range was increased to match that of the spinal cannon. So you end up with a dynamic where your spinal cannons in orbit actually will come under fire by the base defenses. So you'll just have to be mindful of that when bombing or when bombarding from orbit, and keep your ship moving, and kind of forces the attackers to have to effectively position themselves and avoid that incoming fire. So they can't just sit there anymore. They'll have to move a little bit. It's not too much, but it'll be enough that it kind of shakes up the formation a little bit and forces, I guess, attacker formation discipline a little bit. We'll kind of tune that as we go and see what works. As a result, I've noticed that the AI in orbit will fire their spinal cannons with less frequency. So their priority still seems to be to avoid incoming fire rather than engage the base directly. So I'm just going to position myself here. And I think that's all of the major points. There have been some experimental network changes to improve stability. I don't really know much about that side of things. That's a Flavien thing again too. If you want to mention.
Yeah, well, no, I won't develop it
Yeah.
because it's a very technical thing. I can't really explain it on stream.
Right. Okay. No worries. We'll probably have some posts in the future to discuss those in more in a text format, let's say. And then the other major thing is that the Cruser debris has been added along with the Corvette debris and I think the small ships.
Interceptor and bomber, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them in game yet, those new debris pieces, but I have seen the Cruser chunks. So
they're hard to see because, and I noticed that myself when I implemented it first. When an interceptor is exploding, there is all this kind of confetti explosion with all little debris particle. But the problem is that the interceptor breakage chunk is pretty much the same size as one of these debris. It's not bigger.
Okay.
So it's very hard to notice.
Yeah.
You can notice it if you, like in the first second or two of the explosion, there is a light, a big orange yellow light at the center of the explosion. It will light up the smoke trail behind the debris. So if you notice a smoke trail, exploding outwards of the core of the explosion, that will be where the debris chunk is. It's a bit easier to see with bombers. You should notice it very easily on the Corvette exploding because there it has 3 chunks.
Right. Yeah, so I guess the scaling effect the scaling of the other confetti debris for the small ships might need to be adjusted.
Well, if we reduce the confetti particles, then they become so small that you don't see them in the distance.
Right. Well, so that's something to kind of look into at some point in the near future then. I'm going to try to hit this guy with the spinal cannon. No guarantees. It's not an easy thing to do. So I get those 3 seconds of high mobility, and now got nerf mobility. Yeah, I'm not going to hit. I think I'm going to miss for sure. But I'll still hit the base, which is the other major target. Yeah, all good. So now we've got some I've got some gameplay happening.
One thing to notice also is when you fire the spinal cannon, now it will temporarily disable all other weapons.
Yeah, it goes exclusive, so you end up with that. Lomzor's in Corvette. So I've got my phalanx turrets are trying to deal with the incoming. I got one out of that, one of those two torpedoes, but I am well. Oh no, I'm well out of position right now. Got a cruiser on me as well. Yeah, I've got random on me as well. But I'm gonna make some panic. Hopefully, no panic here. Oh shoot, I don't have the energy for that. Shoot. Let's turn off my weapon systems, set them all to manual. Overcharge my weapons, get that back online. I'm in a pretty bad state at the moment. Okay, we'll get one shot off here. We'll get one shot off, ideally.
Okay, save the honor. At least one hit.
Come on. I don't know what's happening. I don't think I fired. Okay. No, random got me. I think I was firing. Okay, so there's those new debris pieces. Beautiful. Are they actually the... Oh, they are the skin I had set. That's awesome. So I was using a gray skin for this cruiser, and those debris pieces reflect the skin that was assigned to that at the time. I didn't know that was already something that was in game like that. Yeah. So I think that kind of covers the developer portion of the live stream, where we've gone over all the latest patch notes in 0964. So I've got a link to those patch notes in the description of this video, or the stream here, along with some links to other channels where you can get us some feedback or join our Discord server, provide some feedback in the bug reports or in Infinity Battlescape feedback channels.
We have a couple more questions on the chat.
Oh yeah, YouTube. For sure. Yeah, what do we got here? I guess, oh yeah, the interceptor and bomber gimbal weapons. It seems like they're not working. So there was a question here.
They are working. The problem is that the amount of gimbal angle is really low.
Yeah, so let me just switch my control scheme. So make sure that my controls are also set to the HOTAS. Yes, they are. So I set my custom control style here. And then my keybinds there. Turn this on. I do want to try dual stick flight with flight assist completely disengaged. Seems like something I'd enjoy. So right now, what weapon systems do I have? I have the machine gun, I have a mini blaster, and a missile launcher. Both the machine gun and the mini blaster are convergent weapons. Let's go like so. Actually, I should just be able to use a common target. I'll just use this as a common target. So the little dots, there's two little dots on either side of, oh, not on either side. There's two little dots that are moving right at the center of my screen right now. That's the gimbal range of the weapons. So you can kind of see them. I think it's half a degree or 0.25 of a degree. Is that correct? It's really, really small. Yeah, it's very small. So it provides a very slight aim assist to the use of the weapon. So the main reason for its implementation on some of the weapons is for aim accuracy at longer ranges. I think the railgun has it as well. Again, a very small gimbal range, and that's mainly because it's a weapon meant for distance targets as well. So, or targets in the distance, because the railgun has a longer range.
Originally, the gimbal angle was much bigger, but like we had received some negative complaint about some players who really wanted the game to be more skill-based. Like gimbals is a bit of a cheat, to be honest.
Yeah, that's where it kind of comes to that conversation about.
I mean, I understand, you know,
kind
in other
of game,
games, Sysetems and so on, like their gimbal is much bigger. But yeah, in our game, like we really wanted to be a very skill-based game.
Yeah,
So
tilting.
we try to get
yeah.
away with the smallest amount of gimbal possible. It's really, as you said, meant for hitting more easily ships in the distance, like at I don't know, 500 meter or 1 kilometer away. But you still have to aim at the lead reticle, otherwise you're not going to hit.
Yeah. Or for those that prefer the lag reticle. Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of the decisions lately have been kind of coming down to the character or gameplay experience on a whole. So, do we want to have a more competitive environment or a more casual environment? And it seems to be shifting towards a more balanced competitive environment, while still facilitating that kind of casual gameplay experience on a whole. It's a balance between the two different styles of gameplay for preferred styles of gameplay. It's kind of like the multiplayer versus single player preferences that there's a lot of people that have been asking lately about single player experiences. We don't have the bandwidth and budget to be able to invest in a single player campaign alongside our multiplayer efforts, but it's definitely something that we've taken note of. So I guess more recently we've seen a lot of interest in the single player experience that already exists. Considering that there's always AI to shoot at in game, there's always some battle going on the servers, so you can just jump in and you don't have to play with other people to have a good experience in game. So that's, I guess, an advantage. And again, like implementation of simple bots is having a compounding what do you call that? Compound interest effect on its feature development time. It's improving over time, or it's constantly paying dividends, whatever you want to call, whatever financial cliche. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this update.
Somebody is asking also in chat about. He says a new player is having difficulty to target and to lock on some enemies. So I don't know if you can explain very quickly the targeting system.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways to select targets in the game. So there's the on cursor, there's nearest threat, or under cursor mode, and then the I guess there's one, two. There's three different ways.
Especially if you are a new player, really there are two keys you should know. It's T, which is targeting whatever is under your navigation cursor. It's important to note that it's not the center of the screen. It's where the mouse cursor is, assuming you are playing with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, if I switch to the keyboard and mouse setup, so I'll just do that really quickly here. I'll set that to QWERTY, my QWERTY setup, and then I'll also set the control scheme to the virtual cursor. So in this case, now I have a little virtual cursor. It's kind of a simulated joystick light. Wherever this little circle is over is the target under cursor, which is separate from the dot at the center of the screen right now, which is my TrackIR screen center. And now I'm forgetting how to fly with keyboard and mouse. But yeah, so you have a cursor selection, and then in keyboard and mouse, you can select nearest threat, which for me is G. It selects the nearest threatening target, which is way off in the distance over there, incoming Lomzor. And that's also dependent on ship class. So the type of ship that's selected will be based on your current ship class. So I'm just going to flip this back to my HOTAS setup. Thrustmaster 16000M with my throttle, stick, and pedals, and then of course the TrackIR, which I'm using for head tracking. So that's currently.
So if you're playing with the HOTAS or joysticks, it will be the screen center.
Yes.
Which again may not be the ship forward direction. Like, if you are in TrackIR and you are rotating your head, that will be where your head is looking at.
Yeah, I do want to point out as well. So if I played with virtual cursor setup right now with, but I'm using my HOTAS setup, I'm going to get a discrepancy between the selection style or selection mode for targets. So just make sure that you're using the correct control scheme combined with your controller setup. So in this case, I'm using HOTAS for flight, and so I'm using that control scheme. And now when I look at a target to select, it's that center screen dot now, and it's accurate. There are some differences between the two, and there are a ton of targets.
It's a good point because
here.
I guess a lot of new players probably don't think about changing the control scheme for the ships.
Yeah, that's
So they're probably going to end, with using HOTAS on joysticks, but on the control scheme, which was designed for the mouse.
Yeah, and that might just come down to some UX and polish passes on the user interface as well on that back end for when it comes to setting up different control schemes. Oh boy.
You can see now the start of a battle. There are a lot of dots.
Yeah, so before this would have been a pretty chaotic, I want to say cluttered environment, but because a lot of these targets are now really small scale, you can still have a lot more of them on screen and comfortably. Well, I mean, it's still chaos just because of the sheer number of targets, but it's a little bit easier to read on what's going on around you. Oh, I think I destroyed my own missile. That's okay. I'm fine. Let's get on target. And down. Next. So I'm selecting nearest threat, flipping cross, distract with a missile. Oh, that's not going to hit. And I'm down. Yeah. So, if you have any other questions, oh yeah, the game definitely works with TrackIR. I was just showing there. You've got TrackIR, and we also have TobyEye Tracker support in game. So lots of different control options and customization options, as well as customization options all over our menus. We've tended towards providing an option versus locking in features at this point. We might lock a few things down as we get closer to 1.0, but for the most part, we've maintained flexibility across the board. And I think that's, I've kind of said it a couple times now, but I think that's everything for the developer patch notes review. We've got a community
maybe
event.
Very quickly, we can mention that we are going to work in the next patch on the carrier revamp.
Yeah.
So that will be our next goal. Being able to deploy AI squads from the carrier a little bit. We have a bit of work to do on the AI improvements for that, especially making the bots cooperate better, fly information and so on. Maybe have some ships destroyer escort or fly in a formation with a cruiser or a carrier. So it's all this part of the game that we are going to develop next, along with all the usual little bug fixes, balance improvements, HUD improvements, and so on.
Yeah, I've got a link. I believe I have a link to our Trello board, just showing kind of the major items that we're currently working on. If you want to see what's kind of on the horizon here, like Flavien mentioned, the carrier gameplay, which is the last major gameplay feature to be implemented before we're, I guess, ready for 1.0. Is that correct? I think that's correct.
In terms of gameplay, I think it will be the last major feature. There is a question about haulers. It's still a bit in the experimental void, to be honest.
Yeah.
We don't really know what we want to do with those. So we can't make any promise that they will come before 1.0. Personally, I would still like to try something at least, maybe on the PTR someday. Because that would be another ship, and that would be a ship more focused on logistics rather than really combat gameplay, which is something I feel like the game needs a bit for variety. But yeah, we'll see. It's not set in stone yet what we will do with it.
I think I can safely say
I mean, after the carrier gameplay, which hopefully will be for the next patch, really the next part of development for the rest of the year will be the polish phase, optimization phase. We still right now have a major problem with when you get into the tab menu, there is a big slowdown. The frame rate is tanking for some reason. And that one is a pretty important one to figure out, I think. We still have to add all the cosmetics part of the game, the skins, bobblehead, and so on. We have the concept of cosmetic points, which you can get, for achievement in game, performing well in battles. We have a medal system, which is in the works also, for the best players. So all this part of the game, it's a bit more the fluff side. It's not really core gameplay. I think core gameplay will be pretty much done soon. But yeah, all this part of the game, the cosmetics, all the maybe some additional upgrades, couple new planets or moons, things like that. We also have, the solo sandbox mode or offline mode if you want to play offline. We have the tutorials and training. We also need to work. It will probably be the last thing we work on the game.
Yeah. Once everything is kind of finalized.
We have the marketplace, and finally, I think there will be the mission editor, which I think is the biggest one, to be honest. The mission editor is kind of related to the tutorial system. We can't really do the tutorials before we have the mission editor, and we want to make the mission editor flexible enough that you can kind of create your own mini campaigns. So I'm not going to say you can add cinematics because it's a bit out of scope of the game, but at least add a bit of character stalking through transmissions and having some dynamic objectives changing over time, and maybe have some battles with a kind of storyboard or objectives that are happening, and maybe the multiple missions could be grouped into a single campaign, and that will be part of our tutorial probably. And hopefully we will have players also create their own.
Yeah, that'll be... Yeah. I think that's... Is there anything else to add? I know that there are other people asking questions here, which is kind of nice. There's a question about... well, actually, you know what? I think we usually jump into gameplay pretty quickly to kind of jump in and play on the Discord server, but I'm totally fine answering some more questions if people have questions about our development and things there, if you want to stick around for a little bit longer. Let's just see. Displaying the carrier and stations in the view. Are you talking about the sensors view? So this one here? Or I guess the yeah.
I think
so
the
star map.
The star map.
Yeah, the star map.
The sensor view has a 3D object. The star map has the boxes.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, the graphical side of things.
That's right. I think at some point we should improve the star map rendering. It's very amateurish, looking right now.
Yeah, give it a nice design pass. And I know that we're going to be doing another polish pass kind of sprint before 1.0. It's kind of
like ideally
a bunch of the effects.
I think what we should do, so we haven't really discussed all of that internally much yet, but I think it would make sense to kind of merge the tactical screen on the star map together. And even merge the keys together. That's maybe the important point. Or we could keep the two different keys, but it would still be part of the main menu. Like the way I see it, the tactical screen would become another tab into the main menu.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that'd be interesting. I know that having the ability to pop it up very quickly like this, I have it set to the maximum speed. So it pops away from the ship very fast. I know having this available, and then fleshing the screen out so you can actually fly from the screen if you want to. Let's say you're a squad leader or commander, so I can actually fly the ship right now. I'm changing my ship's orientation. There we go. And I can select targets. Prioritize the targets.
So the interface in 720p. I think it's a bit of a low resolution, to be honest. You can try. So somebody's asking in chat about Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And Steam Deck being 720p. Like the text would be pretty hard to read, I think. And some of the icons, especially for the interceptor, the little dot or triangle in the distance, would probably be pixel size at that resolution.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, that's something to try.
I know we've had...
Really, I think it may work, but I would not say it feels comfortable.
Yeah. I know that we have had somebody report that they've played it on Steam Deck and that the experience wasn't terrible. So, so it is possible apparently. I don't know
I'm
what
sure
I
it's
don't know.
possible. Like
I
the
don't know
game
what
definitely
performance was
will
like
run.
or yeah.
I think the game will run on performance. You know, if you reduce a bit the quality settings, should be okay. But yeah, in terms of HUD readability, I think it will be pretty average or pretty low quality.
Yeah. Oh dear. Hello.
So TrackIR, yes, is working in game.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I have it turned off right now. If I engage it, currently in capital ship view, it's not really optimal for cap ship view, but it does allow you to get some nice cinematic view angles like this very quickly.
On the plans to add new weapons or modules, yes, absolutely.
We can go check out the new debris over there.
In terms of weapons, I think so. We're going to add probably a couple of new weapons, but I don't think it's going to double the amount of weapons. Like probably 2 or 3 more weapons will be coming. I don't think a lot more than that. Modules, I think there will be a lot more.
Yeah.
Or you know, ship abilities or ship systems or whatever. We have a couple of ideas. Earlier in the stream, I was mentioning about a kind of jump boost for the capital ships. So that one is definitely coming. But yeah, some other ones. Like we have, yeah, you can't really show it right now because you are in game. But if you go into the ship loadout, we have a bunch of categories of art points that are pretty empty right now.
Yeah.
I think like in the shield category, like we don't have much. So yeah, before we release in 1.0, we are going to add a few more upgrades to these categories.
Yeah, some of which will be gameplay oriented, like the that quick thrust Flavien was describing on the cap ships, so you can dodge things, and others that are, yeah, I'm just kind of repeating what you just said. So what Flavien said.
Yeah, I mean, you see the
yeah.
reactor one, we only have 1 upgrade here. It's not a lot. Shields, we have only 1. It's not a lot. Like, I think ultimately every category should have like 4 or 5 upgrades at the very least.
I should be able to jump in here and despawn. I'm going to fire some missiles at Lomzor. And then I'm going to try...
One thing we haven't really talked recently is about the shields. I don't know if you remember, but a couple months or years ago, we were discussing about directional shields.
Yeah.
And it's still something I feel like could be interesting to play in game.
Uh-oh. I don't think I'll be able to dock here. Yeah, directional shields.
For example, the interceptor could have a front and a back shield. And maybe this is an upgrade. You know, you start with the default shield, which is a bubble shield around your interceptor. And maybe you have an upgrade, and then you have a more powerful front shield and maybe a weaker back shield or something like that.
I'm just kind of floating here. How's the audio coming through on the game? I know I'm asking about that now, but looks like it's okay. I can probably crank it a little bit, bring it up a little bit more. I think my in-game audio is also dropped, so that it doesn't blow out my own ears when I'm in-game. Yeah, that's not good. I'm losing. I'm not gonna do so well here if I stay. I'm gonna move. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna hide behind the station. Oh, wow. Yeah, the reactor is exposed now, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Reactor's completely exposed and they're all going for it. I'm gonna fly away from this. It's not a good spot to be. I'm only going to be able to do so much. This match is pretty much over, or this battle is probably over at this point. So it'd be worth me just take out some targets on the way out. Incoming missile. Okay, I should be okay. Small missiles, are just gonna brush those off. Yeah, core reactor is gonna go down in a second. I'll just watch it. That's about to fall. They're targeting it directly. There it goes. Defeat. Well, alright, so I'm just gonna have a look at the battle conclusion there. Alright. Yeah, so there's lots of stuff going on. We're continuing development, and I guess future patches will be posting about those as they come out. Links in the description to join the Discord server. Got an invite link down there. If you want to learn more, there's lots of knowledgeable people in the community that can answer questions for you or help you make determination about whether or not this is the game for you, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, so at this point, I think we've pretty much covered everything that we wanted to cover for this update. A lot of flight model tweaks and improvements to some balance changes, and then some more art content in the form of ship debris. Those are the kind of the key points from this update, and we'll continue to balance the battle progression as well. So that was a defense battle in space that we lost. So it looks like things are going to flip now to potentially a ground battle. We'll see. I think there was one of those right before the game started, but we'll see in a second here. Those are nice to see and share on stream. We've been posting more small snippets of gameplay lately on our social channels and social feeds, and short videos. You can check those out as well on this channel. Yeah, at that point, I'm going to turn the music back on. Our excellent music. I'm going to fly over to Glimmerfall is good. Get myself repaired. Why not? Alright, 20 missiles on one target. I guess somebody got got missile spammed. I could try tweaking my audio in-game here. Just a moment. I'll just bring up the global volume a bit and bring up the music volume. Get a little bit more of that going. Okay, so this is an assault on Xanthar Station. That's the next battle, so I should probably really slow myself down. Overcharge engines and drop in for docking. Glimmerfall.
Do you want to jump into the public?
I'm debating whether or not I want to. There's a good chunk of people down there right now. Might be worthwhile to do that in a second. Just get into some gameplay. Oh, let's kind of flip over here. Don't crash. We're good. We're good. There we go. Perfect docking. Let's turn off all my weapons just to be safe about this. There we go. Turn on TrackIR again. Yeah, I think that's a pretty nice little conclusion there to the development update portion of the stream. I'll be coming through after the stream and kind of time-stamping all of the important chunks and segments. Do that at the end. There we go. I can dock and refund now. And since we're going for station assault, I think I might go with a bomber and do some bombing runs. There was a change to torpedo max range that we didn't mention during the update. We've dropped it from 100 kilometer max range to 50 kilometer max range as a way of slightly nerfing the high-speed bombing capabilities of the bomber. So you don't end up with those high-speed engagements as often, but it still allows a bomber pilot to be able to do that if they so choose. So I'm going to go with my heavy torp, Halcyon Heavy loadout. Just reset the TrackIR. There we go. Get myself comfortable. And switch over to the controls. Oop, other way. Let's go like that. And got proper controls. Good. Check that. Yeah. Just turn off the TrackIR for a second, and let's see about joining the main channel. It looks like they've split into their team channels as well. Want to jump down there, Flavien? We can do that.
Yep.
I think that would be fine. I'll just jump out if there's any issues. But yeah, that's it. Feel free to ask questions. I might not see them as readily in the chat here, since we're not focusing exclusively on that at the moment. Okay, I'll see you down there, Flavien. All right, hello everyone.
Oh no, for drifting.
Oh, hey.
You should now be on the stream as well. Just a warning. You don't want your self
Yeah,
to
we
be
saved
recorded.
all our curse words until now.
Ah,
Yeah.
perfect.
The
Perfect.
gamer words.
Except for Würstel.
It looks like you guys have split into the team channels, yeah?
No.
Looks
Team
like that
channels
happened.
are for different things, so we all
Oh.
are. We still are just here. Jumpstar
Okay.
and Bunnik are just waiting. They
All
looked up.
right.
I have no idea what they're asking for.
I wasn't good enough to farm any
Cannons, please.
outcries from
Nope.
the other guys, so I had to join them.
Let's
just really
see.
bad.
So it looks like there is an attack and destroy Xanthar station objective at the moment, or battle at Xanthar. For Scoria, at least.
Who's jamming? Jamming.
We've got about 16 people
Jamming.
on the server at the moment.
Finally,
Or on the US East server.
the repairs
There we
are
go.
complete. Let's put it here.
Lonzo, there's probably some joke about parking like a Russian hidden in here. Oh, it's you're pissed off. It's not random. That's parking here. I see.
Ugh.
Sorry about that.
And again,
This is how you repair.
perfectly normal.
It just
Why aren't there
just
huge
dip the
areas
tip
of,
in. Just the tip.
I'm a girthy boy, I can't fit it all in.
Just
can
remember,
safely
just
go
remember
out
we're on
of
stream
work.
now. Hang on. Come on now, is this family friendly? I know our
What?
channel isn't monetized or anything, but
YouTube kids.
I don't think they'll. Yeah, YouTube kids. Not exactly.
We made it ambiguous enough, I think.
Yeah.
Why does it
It's good
stop
at-
preparing me?
Self-repairing? Are you in a Corvette?
No, Cruiser. It's like stops for a second, then continues. But
Oh.
You're welcome.
Oh, we got spam in the chat. That's fun. Hang on a second. Might actually
The
need
station is going to be
moderators.
infested again.
That's annoying. Unwanted spam. Yes, please.
Google will have an AI
Go
bot
away.
thingy going
Stop, repair, stop.
in the near future to do that.
Right here.
Yeah, they have some features already. I don't have dedicated moderators on stream at the moment, so I shouldn't say that too loudly. But there we go. That's
just
gone.
bait it out.
Oh no! Oh no!
Spam. Okay. The new torpedo range. I'm gonna try a high-speed bombing run. I wasn't able to. It's not as effective as it was, so it's kind of been discouraged as a tactic. I don't know if any. There's a few people that do it, but they get to get some feedback on that. Might have to make some further changes. Okay. Yep, I see him.
I'm just gonna sit by the shield. I'm not going outside, too scared.
That's a pretty far attack. For torpedoes. It's not, maybe?
Attack run. He's close to my 6. Okay, break. Oh, nice.
Relieve command and give
Oh, I saw that.
That was effective. That was a good run. That destroyer turned right into it. Oh, shoot.
I don't know how to set the squad target or anything.
Yes, you have to set the squad target.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Yes, you have to do it.
Yeah, but how?
Do
There
it.
is a keybind. Is
Do it.
targeting
Do it
the
now.
squad target.
I think
Use
the
it on target.
default is Control T.
Oh, okay.
If you're on keyboard and mouse. There you go. Hey, I hit him.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
wait a second. Where did that missile come from? Was that mine?
From you, yes.
It
That
came
was
back
your missile,
around.
and now you.
Now, capital people. Let's.
Oh, I
the
hope
squad
it
target.
would take your shield down. Oh no.
Yes, I got
Because
some hits.
I don't need my shield as much as you need yours. You know?
Come on.
Oh no. Overheated.
No. Not good.
Let's go coffee, fuck him up.
Be careful. Something interesting is happening over there. Here we are doing
I definitely felt the mobility drop once it got low. Oh, why am I in gamma? Who's in squads right now? I think I'll
No,
create
we don't play squads, we play Infinity.
play Infinity. No squads?
Infinity Squad Escape.
Squad escape. Yeah, I'm gonna create a squad. I'll just create Gamma 1. Looks like there are already squads. Just one. Jump in. I'm gonna deploy at the carrier. Do that again. That was a fun attack run. That bombing run was good. Oops. Whoa.
Gentle with those torpedoes.
Whoa, we're inside the shield already. What's happening? Oh no, we're not. That's the carrier shield. Whoa.
What carrier shield?
The carrier has a bubble shield sometimes.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, we just took it down. Let's
Yeah,
fucking
it just
go.
dropped. It just dropped. But there we go.
Let's go pound it.
Yeah, so what I've been doing, there was a comment here from Tiki Shuda. The update streams, what I'll do after is kind of go through and put timestamps on them. So kind of get an update on what we talked about. Easier to navigate that way. And then in addition to that, we've been doing shorts. Oh shoot.
I've seen the shorts.
Yeah, little short clips just showing off some of the latest, I guess not latest builds, but gameplay, different gameplay scenarios. It's kind of, yeah, but I think we've tried doing the shorter videos in the past, but they don't get the same visibility as the dev streams do, and it takes that time to create them as well. So, but the shorts are a good way to show off little bits of the game without going into a whole development stream, and they seem to be received really well so far. So we'll continue to kind of create those little snippets. Oh, that's not gonna make it.
I mean, the carrier is so low, but I'm not gonna suicide for it.
Oh no. No, they come from the other side.
Why not? Let's see what happens.
Oh no, no ammo. Lucky bastard.
Got taken out by a bot.
Oh no, I wasn't taken out. I was about to to pull somebody's legs off and had no ammo left. There was a player CRV and I had some fun with it until my ammo ran out.
Let's
No
see, how's
fun
my
allowed.
PTR loadout. Gonna spawn.
Fuel has been expanded.
Yeah, there's a lot of preference differences between some people don't mind the live stream format, other people would prefer the short snippet videos, but okay, spawning in on the carrier.
How
I've
hard
got
it is to make shorts actually. The game
not hard at all.
is seamless in how the not at all. So you do
Yeah.
take the slight part of them, yes.
I make a
Expecting
bunch
the
at a
part-
time and then schedule them so that we have some consistent release, kind of matching some music and audio and stuff to them, and capture the a range of different possible experiences in game. I don't like the what do you call that? No pre-rendered stuff going on. All just in game. Screen
No
cap.
budget to pre-render.
Yeah.
It helps.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Got to
I also
change the
prefer
ship.
when we produce videos that actually just show off the game. Oh.
Do you have that clip when I block 3 spinal shots with the destroyer? On, like,
I don't
planet
have that.
base?
No. I don't think I was recording when that happened.
That was so sick.
Scare them.
I can't believe that actually happened. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Shields down.
That
Oh wow.
target set very well. Following up in a destroyer, the base is going to be infested. 4 shields remain.
I'm gonna back off.
Defense turrets are following up on those cruisers.
Ah.
50 tanks definitely doesn't have 4 machine guns anymore.
Oh, I see Hutch.
I'm just a cameraman. Don't shoot the camera.
really?
Oh!
No, cameraman.
That was amazing. Oh, you came in with your little. Oh, you. All right.
Oh, come on! I was like,
Jeez.
just one left click, it's gonna be alright. And then it just exploded. I jumped.
Oh yeah, no, that knocked me out pretty good. I think I'm gonna go with something.
Sorry, man. I was.
No, it's
I
good.
didn't expect that to connect.
Oh, the battle's over.
This-
Let
Fire the torpedo, come on.
me see here.
Oh, you didn't.
Something.
Oh,
I can spectate somebody that's still at the battle. I'm just spectating Sierra right now. Debating whether or not to go into that mess. The battle's over though, so probably not a good idea.
That's a good defense. Thanks a lot. Nicely done.
no.
There we
ammo
go.
left.
Alright, so next mission here. I gotta turn the music down.
should be.
Just a little bit. There we go.
I'll give squad lead back.
Boom. Apologies.
I'm gonna guess the next mission will probably be a ground base. I hope. I'm gonna spawn my orbital cannon again.
Oh, I have ammo.
You would have a
Wonderful.
defense. Actually, you don't need an orbital cannon.
Oh shoot, good point. Good point. In that
Start with
case,
destroyer.
I think I'll go destroyer because we just
for
we
me-
failed on the
Great
attack.
solution.
So light escort destroyer is usually what I like to go to for these sorts of defense missions. So I'll see in a couple seconds here what's next.
For
Oh,
cruiser
Accor
players,
station
so far,
defense.
structured space.
So we're going to be in space. I'm going to go with a destroyer, keep my light escort, and go to Accor station. And then just make sure that my control and keybind setup is set up for QWERTY. Go. Turn on my auto turn. Toggle it on. There we go. Backhorse Station is a pretty spread out facility.
What's this destroyer doing here still?
All right, I have to go.
All right, Flavien, thanks
See
for
you later
joining
on.
us.
Yeah, have fun.
Fine.
Later.
Thank you for the update. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's great that this stuff is now in public.
Sorry? What?
I mean, that all the PTR stuff is now in public. It's great.
He's now on public.
Oh, now on public. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that it was nice to be able to test that without pushing to the main branch and irritating a bunch of people.
Oh yeah. That is true.
But
And it's good to have that facility, right? I hope
Oh,
we
yeah.
see maybe some more use it out of it.
yeah, we'll probably be using it for the
Well, sometimes-
single player mission editors and other things like that. So there's a lot of features
Yeah,
that could be
Station
useful.
shield is up.
and also there's sometimes feedback on stuff, right? And sometimes things sound nice, but might not be nice. And that
Yeah.
might be an easy way to figure out whether it is nice.
Yeah, new weapons, new ships as well. If we want to test out the logistics introduction on the hauler, it'd be nice to test that on PTR because it has balance implications that we don't want to. Yeah, or new ship classes, or if we start to do that. A lot of that will be
Like,
post 1.0. A lot of the conversation around this too is kind of related to the Trello board, which is I think it should be in the video description. Things are really quiet
Teleport
right
it's still
now.
public.
expanding, it's very cool.
Yeah. Still have about 100 seconds until the battle starts at Accor Station. So anybody on Scoria, you have about a minute here to rally for defense.
There's nobody there, or what?
It's myself and 50 tanks. Sierra just dropped
Okay.
in. We've got another minute or so for repair. Sierra looks like they're at 100%, which is good.
Maybe I should change teams so it's more balanced.
Yeah, what is the balance of the teams right now? 6 and 8? That's not too bad. That's okay.
Yeah, but I'm worth like 4 players.
Damn.
Got the station cannons on.
Oh, nice. A heavier cruiser loadout.
Yeah.
Okay, we have multiple targets inbound. Oh shoot, you disappeared. You
Yeah.
sneaky.
Oh,
Did you power down? Did you power down? Yeah. I think you may have. I know where you
No.
were going though.
No. Do you?
Oh yeah, I saw your target before you disappeared. I know what's up. I'm completely disoriented now though, so I have no idea where it is. There's an approximate direction that I'm looking at.
No, you will not find me. I'm using thrusters to basically keep my momentum and just circle around the station just outside the shield.
Here comes Lomsor and Corvette.
I'm using warp to do the same.
Yeah, but my way is cool.
Yeah. Somewhat, I don't know. Warp drifting is cooler.
Yes. Especially on carrier.
And intimidating.
It is, yeah. But you're just in a Corvette, though. You're not in a. It's scary when the cruisers do the warp drift.
Ah,
Yeah, that's
I can do that
really
if you
scary.
want.
Warp drive. Currently, it is a super thruster. With just a few small tweaks, you can make it both immersive and maybe supportive of the drift.
What? This is fully immersive. I'm fully immersed in my drift.
If you try to
Yeah.
drift carefully, you'd need to manually control your throttle speed because
That's what I'm doing. I have
faster.
60F analog.
I'll explain it later in text. Then there is a lot.
Okay, I
Like
see.
rally at new waypoint and then rally at Allied fleet. Actually, who else
suspect.
is using waypoints? Hey,
I
Can't
suspect
take
they're
away my
moving
warp drift.
towards.
No, until they warp jam me, then they took it away from me.
Oh no.
He
Okay.
takes it.
Okay.
He takes it.
He takes it and
It's
he
precious.
never gives. No precious.
Let's go like this. Get my.
Oh,
Kind of
come
curious
on,
to
me.
see if the new changes to heat on the phalanx makes the destroyer loadout a little too strong. The light destroyer, heavy phalanx. So far, my heat isn't really.
Come on, me.
What? Phalanx been
Oh,
buffed?
jeez. Yeah, so they produce 3 heat per shot instead of 4, so they produce slightly less heat, and I think the Corvette had an increase on the cap for max heat it could handle before overheating.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
fun.
so sick. That's gonna be so strong. I need
It's
to try
amazing.
that.
Yeah, it is
Well,
pretty.
I-
It's
I
pretty
just
strong
don't have to
now.
focus the whole time on my heat. I can just fire for a while.
Oh,
It's
these
fun.
are down. These are
good
down.
question. Why haven't you increased the heat discharge parameter?
Dissipation versus max heat accumulation.
And so
Um,
what?
That's probably just Flavien made that call while he was making the change.
Why?
It's something that we could change. It probably does the same kind of thing for
It's
DPM.
important change because the Corvette's problems are with value changes, not with the capacity. The capacity is pretty fine, but if you just remove the capacity and have it fire with all the charge it has lousy charge, lousy energy recharge, lousy heat discharge. So once it overheats, it's like 1.5 with straight work for both weapon types.
Down a bunch of shield gens.
That's something we could probably discuss on a forum post on Discord if you want. Yeah. There we go. 14, 13, down, target. Oh, don't hit him. Sorry. Oh, there
I
we
have
go.
50 missiles left.
There's a Corvette Debris. Let's just look at that. There it is. Hello. Piece of a Corvette just floating by.
What did I get you?
Yeah, it completely ignored the missile.
There we go.
I only had to shoot 20.
Oh shit.
I
Oh,
was
he's gonna
so
collide with
focused
it.
on shooting Chach.
Ah,
Yeah, he did. You're shooting me.
Well, yeah, the thing is, my ship selected the wrong gun again. It selected the phalanx on the other side of your destroyer.
Let's check audio desktop. Crank that. Crank this. Just tweaked my audio levels there for a second. What's going on? Oh, I had my flight assist turned off. That's okay. So the base shields are looking like they're down to 82%. That's not too bad. 81. Shield generators 4 of 8, so half of them are still online. That's good. I'm gonna switch into a different ship class here and join the cap ship defense. Okay. Go. Let's have a look. See what's going on. So many targets.
That was a mine.
I go with Heracles Thunderbolt, heavy cruiser.
Oh, not a fleet of small ships.
Oh yeah, sure.
Here we go. Weapon
Joining-
overcharge.
Join the
Dead.
forward position. Okay, joining forward position. Carefully. To recreate the Commander gameplay experience to mimic Ender's Game.
Ah!
Oh shoot, what happened? Lomzor, did you die? What do you just...
No,
what do you-
I flew into a cruiser, but apparently I wasn't fast. But it looked very dramatic.
Hey, thanks, Zagola. I think I've actually seen some of your videos. Yeah, I try to keep an eye on when things pop online here. Yeah. Things are starting to come together. They've been coming together for a little while now, but we're just got a few more things to polish and work on here. Getting close. Closer and closer. Hey. We got a smartass. No! I saw that. My sweet,
you?
sweet weapons. My sweet, 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 sweet. No.
That's a lot of missile.
I tried.
Those are my last ones.
Ooh. That mine is
I hope
off
one of them
close.
hits.
Oh,
Bump him, yeah.
Oh no, that mine. Or is that a different mine? Did I hit that mine? Did not. New target, targeting the destroyer.
Hutch, go down, go downwards.
Copy.
So he slams into you.
The mine?
No, no, smart ass.
Oh, I don't have enough engine power for that. I'm very slow. Okay, second target. Oh, that's interesting. Target got deselected.
Get out of here.
Help me!
help me, Obi-Wan.
Wow. Beautiful.
You're taking so much friendly fire from me.
Oh no, I'm so good. No, just keep going. Keep hitting him. I'm not taking anything. I've got 1%. He's going after my weapons. I don't have many left. He's cut me. He's cut a few
I
offline.
took out three and a half of your Heracles.
Yeah. Just have a look at our formation here. It looks like
Please show me
On
on,
the-
this
the
teddy bear, where
backside.
did he touch you?
we still have 4. My Heracles. Yeah, we still have 4 of our shield generators up and online, so the defense is going well behind us. And then kind of warding off that main fleet is now the goal. Shield is at 31%.
Uh-oh. There are still loads of ships down there.
Doesn't look like the spinal cannons are firing though.
Nah, they're not.
No. Focus on those destroyers. There goes another one.
One of them's nearly dead.
Copy 81%. Get those destroyers down, that'll make the cruisers vulnerable when that shield drops, which looks like we're at 20% now, and falling. Are my missiles gonna hit you? Yeah. Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm gonna move away a bit. Be nice to have the shield displayed in the orders list. Oh, we're at about 20% now.
Yeah. Like as another bar?
Probably. It might be a little bit too cluttery, but maybe to review
no,
it.
if you have the mission MFD, like the current small bars, they were split, something like that.
Yeah, we could split them maybe. This is where having a couple spinal cannons on assault really helps, because you can cut that shield down and then take out the defensive front sooner. So we're able to just hide behind the shield. We're looking at 19%, and
There's another one on 5%. Okay, he's gonna die now.
I don't know how many of those missiles are actually reaching targets here. There's 5, or
What's the shield in? Should
3.
he be backing off?
2 hit. Okay. What are we at? What are we at? Shield 12%. So they're going to start to come towards us now. So I'm going to set myself into reverse and start thrusting backwards at about 100 meters per second. Slow retreat back. Falling back to station.
Coming with you.
7%.
Oh fuck. You gotta speed up.
Alright, they're moving towards the shield. %. Yeah, they're moving towards us now. Penalty for crossing is almost 0 at this point. Whoa.
Random going for a cheeky flank.
Yeah, he is. Oh, did he go down?
The missile hit me so
Oh, it
hard
did?
that I flew away. That's crazy.
Okay, shields
Spun me
down,
off.
shields down.
Shit, chat.
Targeting Fritzl. I don't actually know how many missiles I have. What? Why is that?
Somebody shoot down the missiles.
Okay, I gotta switch ships. I don't know that I can be that helpful right now. Whoa.
I think it's over.
They've still got momentum.
Yeah, like we're 100% dead here. And if I spawn up, it's just instant death.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a different heavy loadout. My defense platform. Okay, spawning it in. I've got some small AMS now. Still priority target on those destroyers. But now I've got more range of motion on defense. Oh dear. Okay, 7 and 8. Missile and torpedo.
I have so many guys firing at you.
Popular, huh?
Sorry.
Oh, no worries. All good. It's live. What you gonna do?
I made it out with 1%.
Down he goes. Okay, I've overheated, definitely. Actually, let's have a look. Get these destroyers out of here. Something going on with
Oh, I'm
the
100%
control
gonna die.
Control T. He's on the other side. There he is. New target, destroyer. Looks like the base still has a lot of AMS online. But the momentum is falling. There goes another one. New target set, destroyer. Another target down. New target set, another destroyer.
But your AMS cold.
Looks like Daimo's dialing in on me.
Yeah, let's kill him next.
Copy, moving. I gotta pivot back. I'm a bit out of position here. I'm in between multiple targets. I'm taking lots of damage on that side.
Diamond's very low though, so.
Okay, he's at 31. Okay. Chasing, chasing.
Now watch.
I've got Fritzl and Coffee Table behind me here. Okay, he's falling. Oh,
No.
just.
No.
Good. Down. Target down.
Get him out of here.
Turning, turning. Let's get back around and look towards the coffee table. Oh, who's that? Okay. It's okay. Okay, good kill, good kill. Go for the next carrier. Oh, we don't want to go for carrier. Carrier's fine over there
Lost
for
the
now.
battle, but on it too. Would have known.
Okay, moving after coffee table. Warping. Coffee table is attempting to flee. Moving, moving, moving. Here we go. Tactical warp.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, he's not gonna make it. Turn to run too late. Down. Targeting the carrier. I'm dragging mines. Who's dragging mines? It is a viable tactic, or used to be. Carrier down. If Fritzl isn't running at this point.
I think he is probably trying to turn, yeah.
Starting
Oh, never
to.
mind.
Okay, I'm chasing. Chasing Fritzl, 64% and 60% hull. Should be able to escape. Oh, I got a griefing penalty.
Nah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Uh-oh.
He's not gonna be able to walk.
Gotta push past that soft cap on speed. There's still technically a soft cap if you're using throttle, but you can continue to push beyond that by holding forward thrust. Especially if you disengage your auto compensation. Yeah. I don't think there's an escape happening. And down. Lots of ship debris everywhere. We can check out some of these new debris pieces. There's plenty lying around. Yeah. The one thing we haven't done yet with the debris is have unique configuration spawns. Oops, what was that? I drove into something.
And the carrier as well.
Yeah, and the carrier debris. That'll be a big one that'll just continue to be ongoing construction. But the where is it here? The debris configurations. I think there's 9 or maybe 8 chunks for the Cruser. We can spawn them in different configurations. So you could have a whole ship cut in half, or just have the ship remain mostly intact but powered offline with. Yeah, so variable degrees of destruction. Just kind of a neat thing to add some variation to. It's more of a polish item though, so probably before 1.0. Hey, we got a sneaky like a snake in the game. We have a ground assault. I'm gonna pull out the Orbital bombardment cruiser. The OBP loadout that I've got. Oop. Apologies, I'll get the next dock. Oh dear. Unfortunate. Hey, thanks Linford. Appreciate the compliments. Yeah. Things are coming along. We've got some UI updates. We're going to be updating our radial menus for probably the next patch, but we'll see. Radial menus will be a little bit easier to read and communicate more information. And radial menus are pretty important if we're going to be looking at controller support as a improved controller support for the interface. There we go. Oh, I've got a ways to go for waiting for repair. Let's have a look and see what the next battle is. Interesting. Okay, so on the star map, looking at the next battle, or actually I guess we'll look at the mission screen. Or Trinket's base. Make that target. Okay, so this is a tight, the satellite bases are pretty close in configuration to the main hub. So let's go with, oh, I'm not despawned yet. Almost.
I'm learning that you can actually go dock at the station afterwards and get resupplied and repaired.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's or even despawn. Oh, it looks like so I'm going to despawn here, dock and refund at this station. Flip over to my orbital bombardment platform cruiser OBP, and Yes, I can spawn at Arcadia Station, which is actually halfway to Cinder, where I want to go. Go there. Toggle that on, set speed up. Flip my skin to gray. Just personal preference. Although blue camo is nice too. A nice look to it. So, yeah, future build will have the cosmetics in. Actually set them in the UI or in the ship customization menu. Right up here. All right.
Gonna try out the new Phalanx, see how it does.
I find it works quite well, almost too well.
I thought it was working really well before.
Yeah.
It's okay. I still have to use double heat sinks.
Oh yeah, I always use max heat sinks, but
Wow, that's a lot of small ships. Oh,
Oh, poor 50 tanks getting pummeled here.
wow, that's
And
too
there he
many.
is.
Sounds like the stream quality is good, which is always nice to hear from Flavien. You get these really intense battles and these nice breaks in between, which I don't mind at all. I still don't
Too
mind.
many.
Oh boy, here we go. Getting into attack range now. So if you were here earlier in the stream and watching, Flavien mentioned, or I think I mentioned actually, that the orbital cannon range is now the same as the spinal cannon range. So in order to get hits on the base below, you actually have to get within range of the base defenses. Oh, let's turn that off. To see what this is actually like in practice. Oh, one of the sat shields is already offline.
Yeah, it's too many small ships. I'm trying, but
Yeah, I know that with this
I
particular
will switch my loadout.
this particular base configuration is also a little bit harder to defend, I found. Oh, slow it right down, slow it down, slow it down. Check position, check position. I'm gonna set this to ship, so it's oriented correctly here. Ooh, what is Storkman in? Interceptor, okay. Scared me for a second. So we got Allied fleet here, enemy fleet, and our ground assault is underway. Torpedoes from where? Oh, no, those are just missiles. Oh, just an interceptor. He still scared me though. I'm gonna get into the Allied fleet cluster. Range to base. 130. That's good. Targeting the base below. Here we go. Keeping on target so far. Good. Got small bomber attacking. Yeah, here they come. On this side. Get those weapons up. Okay, good. That's good. Shield generator. Shield is at 28%. Let's get that tracked on a little better. There we go. Do another check. Coming bomber. Where is it? There it is. Firing. Shield is 7%, so I'm making sure that whatever I'm targeting is a sub-target if the shield falls before that projectile gets there, and I didn't have enough energy, so that failed. Okay, that's too bad. Get those weapons overcharged again, and turn off my gun turrets. Oh, I'm actually receiving fire from below. Get myself moving. Okay, good. Threat neutralized. Let's target that orbital cannon. Let's put that dot right there. There we go. Oh, here's a network issue. Doesn't happen as often anymore when I'm aiming. It does still happen though. Oh, they have the shields online.
I'll come get these little rats off you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm trying, but it's a plague.
That shield go down again? Maybe we can surprise somebody. I don't know that this will hit. Probably not, but we're gonna try. Make him panic. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, he's panicking. It's moving.
Hey, another cruiser's firing.
Let's see if
at
that
you now.
hits. Oh, just, it's gonna hit, good hit, nice. It doesn't usually work. The AI are definitely hard to hit, but the player doesn't see it coming. Okay, I see the target at 25%. I'm gonna try to hit it with a spinal cannon if I... Not necessary. Good, thank you. Not necessary.
As soon as I come over here, all the fighters are gone.
Okay, Storkman's in a bomber on my 6. I am anticipating shots. I'm gonna get... Trying to stay aware of what's going on around me.
I'll shoot down the torps, don't worry.
Okay, I'm gonna start heading towards the base a little bit more.
Tell me if he has fired.
Copy. Okay, getting ready to fire at the ground base.
But they're coming.
Oh no. Come on, aim. Aim. Okay, I think there's torpedoes inbound. I'm pretty sure. I'm zoomed in though, so...
Ah, they're out of my range.
Oh no! Okay, they're ahead of me though, I think. It's coming from a cruiser. Changing my trajectory. Overcharging engines. Try to dodge this before it reaches me. Yeah, that target's going down. I'm helping.
I'm out of ammo.
Oh no.
Oh, there's the cruiser. Cruiser behind you.
Oh, me too.
Oh
Me
my.
too. Almost the same second.
Okay.
But
Uh-oh. I'm hitting the shield generator. I'm gonna try to hit it. Should be good. Shots away. I'm going down though.
Yeah,
Random's on my
sorry, I
6.
hey, Lomzo. How's it going?
Okay.
Ooh.
To get ammo, load those belts.
Okay, I'm
You
down.
don't have a supply field.
This
He's
is
falling.
chaos.
He's falling.
This is chaos.
Okay, I'm gonna go for bomber and support. Oh, actually, yeah, heavy torps, and let's switch controls quick before I spawn.
What's going on?
What happened?
Are you repairing me?
Something go on? What happened? Do we have a carrier? Yes, we
Yes,
do.
you do.
Oh, perfect. Ah, it just defaulted to the station instead. Here we go. Do a quick check. Let's set this to base.
Jeez, your corpse is flipping.
Everybody just stays behind. The pieces impacting the cruiser.
Oh my.
Those aren't mine pieces.
Oh, nice, that hit. Good. Let's go for this one.
I just saw a piece of your cruiser impact coffee table. at a
Oh,
distance.
really?
Huh?
Nice.
Yet another direct hit.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
We've flown a single small ship.
This is
Awesome.
something you can do as well. Orbital cannon range. Okay, I don't want to go too fast. 2 kilometers
Falling
is a
down.
little quick. Range. Be careful on this. No!
Ah, rip.
How did we win this?
There's the bottom.
We won?
Yeah.
Probably by killing dozens of bombers.
Oh no. Mistake!
Millions.
I'm gonna die. Miscalculation there. All good, all good. Hello.
I'll go see you guys
Hello.
later.
There. Alright, cheers.
Yep. Bye, bye.
Thank you for the game.
See you.
I'm going to go ahead and
Looks
I'm
like...
in second.
log out as well.
Oh, what happened there?
How many did I kill?
It looks like we're looking at about 2 hours right now. Is that right? 2-hour stream?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Okay, one ship I haven't really shown at all right now is the Corvette. And since we're gonna go defense,
No, it's the carrier.
what carrier?
Carrier phone. Haven't shown the carrier.
Oh, I don't show the carrier often because it has kinda limited capabilities currently.
Right now.
Yeah, next major update, it'll be fun to see what we do with the carrier. I think the biggest design challenge is how to make it so that you can command your squads. effectively while still remaining a viable forward operating base or spawn point for small ships. So.
There were multiple examples on that.
Oh yeah, for sure. But we don't need to discuss those here. Not right now. You can tell I don't play the Corvette often. What do we got for missions? Defense at Suzuko base. Oh, okay. So we're going to be defending an orbital engagement now. Oh, it's the same station layout as the last one, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. Same base layout. It's 3 sat bases and a central hub. Railgun and phalanx. All right.
Thank you
Thanks
for the
for
game.
thanks for
See you
joining,
next time.
Random. Cheers.
Bye.
Okay, so I also play in a cap ship mode on the Corvette. So I'm gonna flip that over. That's good. Cap ship Corvette. Keep TrackIR turned on. Turn on my auto turn. And advance out of the bay. There we go. Playing in a mix of first person and third person. That's my preference for these ships. Can I get a preview of what the defense side of the ground assault looks like? And then I think I'll call it a stream. Oh, yeah, this is locked in now. That's nice. Not locked in like that? Oh no, it's not. It's getting really warm in the office here. Auto turn, let's keep that on. And HUD customization, this is set up differently. So mission. There we go, put that there. I think I do want my bubble radar displayed just down here. Actually, I do already have it on the MFD. Buy it. I go. Yeah, it'll be useful to have it displayed there as well. 78 seconds still. Nice little bit of downtime. They'll be definitely targeting the satellite bases first. Head out to one of those. Just raise my altitude here. Alt-tab countermeasures. Let's turn on the TrackIR as well again. And 5 seconds. See what this looks like on the HUD. I'm using the gray HUD at the moment. There we go. There come our allied forces. And what direction are the enemy forces coming from? Directly above us. Put this to ship. There they are. So I want manual fire on my railguns and then auto fire on my phalanx. And then I can toggle on and off my weapons between the two. These ones like this. Okay, looks like they're going for that base first. Changing orientation. The only downside to using capship control scheme is we still don't have the boost thrust shortcut key in the capship control scheme at all. Should probably find a solution to that. Okay, and my goal is to protect these shield generators. They come. Coming in really fast, too. Okay, I gotta turn off TrackIR for this. There we go. There's the first one. Oh, that overheat is still punishing. Cheers. Oh yeah, that overheat is still really strong. 3 railguns. I bet. Good, target down. But another overheat. I think I want to switch my priorities. Set the railguns to auto and see what happens, and then instead manually fire the Swiss. Problem is the railguns also contribute heat. Already set both to auto. Yeah, the overheat's too strong. Oops. Go. Trying to prioritize bombers. Ooh. Okay. And have a little bit of a play here from the cockpit view. Not bad. Okay, time to move back to base. Shepard. No. I can't make any guarantees about a dynamic economy. We used to have a more dynamic. Oh shoot. We used to have a more dynamic economy in the past, where we had the haulers actually moving about, distributing resources. But I think earlier on in this particular stream, Flavien did mention that the hauler would be something that we would be exploring adding again in the future. Exactly how that's going to be implemented, that hasn't really been determined at this point. But he did express a desire to wanting to have some logistical gameplay in addition to the existing gameplay. I'm gonna dock and refund. I'm gonna flip into a slightly different heavy escort loadout. Instead of 3 railguns, I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna take one of those off. And I'm only going to have 2 phalanx, I think, on... Oh, that's where I'll take that one. And instead, add a couple auto guns, since they're... Oh wait, I don't have any auto blasters. That might actually be better. So I'll try the blasters instead. So that might help with my heat dissipation issues that I was running into. Set that up again. There we go. And I crashed. That's good. Fun. I'll do that again. Come on. Come on. Alright. That's a little embarrassing. I'm gonna go over to Allied Corvette and get some repair. Oh, coffee table. Dropping in. Nice and low. That cannon should take care of him. I do self-repair as well, though, so that's happening at the moment. Turn the auto blasters and phalanx. Oh, no, no, no. That's a bug. Take note of that. So energy consumption is higher, but my heat should accumulate more slowly. Oh wow, shooting along the horizon. Okay.
Delete. Delete.
Looks like coffee table made it in underneath of the orbital cannon now.
Delete.
Oh, what's he doing? Oh, destroyed the... Well, that's not going to go well. Let's get over here.
Time to delete some more.
No! Well, that shield generator's offline. Let's go for the next one. Try to protect it. Okay, that works. This balance kind of works a little better. No, another one down. I don't think there's any more here. What do we have? Is everything down here? No, no, no. That reactor's online still. Power plant's online. Out of ammo. Shoot. Okay, let's get on this guy. Oh, nice. Okay, target down. Let's get moving. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. That's not good at all. Down. Okay. This base is totally destroyed. What else do we have left? Haha, 2 fire buttons. Yeah. Yeah, multiple firing. Used to have that way back in the day. Debris falling from above on the horizon. Let's get over here. Try to keep this base online. It's destroyed. There's Lamzor. Corvette.
Leave me alone.
No. I think I might have to take you out.
Hey, come at me, bro. Oh, there you are.
There's Wursel. What's going on over here, though? What's this base? Orbital cannon's online, but everything else is down. So the main base is the new priority. Defensive target. Let's drop in here. Go. High priority right there. Oof. Still online.
Target acquired.
Ah!
Oh!
Come on!
I kissed the ground.
Kiss the ground.
I don't like that version. Too many. Too much heat.
Oh, you had a high phalanx.
Yeah, I had
Loadout?
6. It's too many.
Oh yeah, 6 is too much. I was finding that 3 were overheating too frequently. 2 were manageable and still get me a nice output, damage output.
I have the heavy chassis with double heat ahead. I mean, now jumping back
shoot.
into that. Double heat sink and 4 is fine.
Come on. Okay, the main power plant is vulnerable. Now I need to prioritize nearby bombers. I don't think we're gonna win this battle.
Coming
It's just too many.
to not help. Where's the main power plant? Which one is it? This one? Core power plant. Sounds like it.
Oh, this isn't gonna go well.
Missiles away.
Oh no! Can't really do anything about those. Oh no. Can try. There's not much I can do there. Ah. Alright, I'm pretty much abandoning this effort here. Let's see how the ground base is going. There's not much. Looks like there's support coming in from all sides from above, though. Okay. I'm gonna eject. Go with a bomber, heavy bomber. 10 seconds. Maybe help. But after this spawn, I think that's, I'm gonna call a stream. Probably played for a little bit longer than I had intended already. Okay, let's get this back online.
Banzai.
The power plant's gonna go down. Coffee table, you're not near any AMS support. Oh no! You're not getting away from this.
GG.
He's gonna try to
Where's
flee.
coffee table?
Yeah, that battle's
Oh.
over. 39, 62. How many more missiles? I have 5 more torpedoes still. Oh, I killed someone that I didn't mean to kill. Thank you. This will give me a good opportunity to show off the new debris chunks. Boom! I'm kind of sorry. Oh, that central piece just stuck there. Oh. Alright, some delayed effects. And now we fall to the ground.
Oh, he's in warp. Okay.
Your death was worthwhile. We're getting some nice, nice showcase on the new parts.
Let's try.
Get in
to
a
log
little
off.
closer.
Can I hit that?
Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh no. Got a little too close. Come on. Oh no. Am I inside the... Oh, there we go. I'm not in there. We can get an idea of the scale now of the ships. Nicely. Is that on or off? Yeah, on now.
Ah!
Whoa! That little debris piece is just chilling.
That was a bombing run. Not a single torpedo hit the debris, right?
No, I don't think so. They would have blown up.
Mm.
Oh. Oh, that looks interesting. Did the...
Oh well.
I'm kind of wondering if the torpedo explosion actually slowed the... Yeah. This is a part that we're looking at improving as well, the debris interaction with the ground. Because right now, the way it interacts
Boing.
is kind of... Exactly. Boing. They don't look like they have any actual mass. But, oh shoot, there we go. Some of them actually blow up when they land, but they used to.
Yeah, I'm off too.
Yeah, no, I gotta call it for the stream here. I'll just fly over some terrain on Rigel. Yeah, so that's the current update. That's the patch. If you have any comments on the current build, let us know on Discord. I've got links in the description, as per usual. And yeah, hopefully see you online, and we'll keep you all updated as to the next patch when that drops. So expect that probably in a... Well, we'll make some posts when that's ready to go. And I think the game is actually currently on sale as well on Steam for the spring sale. So if price is something that you might want to check out, then that was super clear. All right, thanks everybody. See you next time, and I'll see you online. Cheers.